First, put a vise into the Y combine press and adjust the top press plate by 2 bolts so that keep proper pressure to let all vise collect and pass through the press smoothly. After the Y combine press, the vise will be fed into number 1 straighten unit. At the first step, feed a vise into the first runner pair. It is very important to adjust the gap between upper runner and the lower runner. Make sure all flattened vise to be pressed well. To gain a suitable gap will help to correct the twist Y effectively. Completed the first runner pair adjustment, feed all vise into other runners in sequence. Next, feed the straightened vise into number 1 gluing device. The gluing device also needs to adjust the gap. Make sure that all vise can pass through. The more important is to ensure the gap not greater than the thickness of the Y for no glue leaking purpose. After adjusting the gap, turn on the glue valve. At this time, the glue air will flow into the glue molds, and the glue will be automatically brought out when the wires travel. At the outlet of the gluing device, check the gluing thickness on the wire roll in time. If the glue is too thick or too much, should compress the inner bars by tightening 2 bolts to reduce glue. If the amount of glue is insufficient, operate the opposite. The preliminary glued wire roll enters the number 1 heating device. The heating temperature is controllable and can be adjusted by the adjustment knob. The temperature should be enough to dry the glue on the wire roll, and meanwhile also keep the wire roll not too hard. Normally, it is okay while your hand feels it's suitable. In addition, touch the wire roll with your hand. If the glue on the wires do not dry and solidify, you should increase the temperature appropriately. The wires coated with the first glue enters the number 2 gluing device. Turn the valve and inject glue air into the number 2 gluing device. Similarly, the gap and the glue amount here should be adjusted in the same way as the number 1 gluing device. Note that we should pay attention to whether the thickness of the glue applied to the wire roll is even and not too thin. After above process, the wire roll enters the number 2 heating device. Here, it is also necessary to adjust the temperature and check the dryness of the glue on the wire roll. The operation is the same as number 1 heating device. Note, touch the wire roll with your hand. If the glue on it is not dry and solidified, you should increase the temperature appropriately. The wire roll enters the number 3 gluing device. Turn on the gluing B valve and inject the glue B into the glue mold. Similarly, the gap and the glue amount should be adjusted in the same way as the number 1 gluing device. Note that we should pay attention to whether the thickness of the glue applied to the wire roll is uniform, not too thin and not sticky. After number 3 gluing process, it is necessary to check whether the white band is flat in time. If it is not flat, the number 2 striking unit needs to be adjusted. Adjust each pair runners in turn until the final flatness of the white band meets the requirements. The finished white band passed through a pair of plastic runners and is finally collected on the white spool, and the entire white band is produced.